when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Looks like Diddy's minion, or should we say Jada Pinkett Smith, might be in for some serious heat. And yes, it's all tied to none other than Diddy. Jada's name is now being dragged into Diddy's lawsuit mess, and you can bet there's some panic behind the scenes as more details are coming out. Here's what's really going down, so check it out. Things in the entertainment world are getting wild. Big names are getting caught up in seriously shady stuff, and Diddy is smack in the middle of it all. The accusations against him are getting wilder by the day, but what's interesting and not quite known are his connections with the Smith family. Jaden Smith, just like Usher and Justin Bieber before him, seems to have been pulled into Diddy's circle of influence. In a pretty surprising interview, Jaden spilled that it was actually his mom, Jada, who encouraged him to, explore some unconventional things. He admitted it was a time to experiment and try new stuff.
The Psychedelic Science Conference in Denver, Colorado on June 23rd, Jaden revealed it was Jada who introduced him to psychedelics. Per the outlet, he recalled, "I think it was my mom, actually. That was really the first one to make that step for the family."
Now, we all know the Smiths aren't your typical American family. Jaden has talked before about how strange his childhood was, and Jada's way of parenting has always raised some eyebrows. There are even reports that she introduced Jaden to mind-altering substances when he was a kid, breaking all kinds of norms. And now, this whole situation is getting wrapped up in a new drama involving Diddy. As more celebrities get dragged into Diddy's exclusive parties, rumors are flying that others are ready to come forward with their own stories. But Jaden's recent accusations against his mom, they've shocked a lot of people. He's claimed that Jada actually sold him to Diddy. Will's former assistant dropped some major tea, claiming Will had intimate moments with Jaden, Meek Mill and Brycia Gray, and Jada knew about it too. After Jaden's movie After Earth bombed, things between him and Will apparently got really tense. Jaden's behavior started getting out of control, and Jada couldn't handle it anymore, which led her to make the extreme move of, getting him involved with Diddy. To top it all off, Jada's relationship with Will has been on the rocks forever. She had a 4-year affair with one of Jaden's friends, and she's even talked about it openly.
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Meanwhile, Will seems pretty unbothered by the whole thing, leaving people wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Some even speculate that he might not be all that into women. But here's the deal, Jaguar Wright is up in this too. Jaguar made some heavy accusations against Will Smith, claiming he was mentoring young men in the industry as a cover for more serious stuff. In other words, he was using his influence to get what he wanted in the bedroom. Jaguar's accusations paint a disturbing picture. She's convinced that Will's home has never been the same since then. August Alsina, who once looked to the Smiths for mentorship, is one of the key people caught up in this mess.
Yeah, because they still want to believe that sham of a marriage is real.
Oh. Well, there you go.
He ain't never gonna be Tupac, and she proved it when she August Alsina.
Ooh.
Jaguar also pointed out that other young men Jada mentored had similar troubles, with some even running away. Around this time, the Smiths were hanging out with the Martins, then moving into relationships with Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez. It all blew up when Jada publicly kissed Mark, which eventually led to the end of her show.
Let's stop screwing around. Marry me.
I like screwing around.
Want to talk about it over dinner?
Okay.
Hawthorne and Mark and J-Lo's breakup. Now, there's been a lot of chatter about big Hollywood names using mentorship as a cover for darker stuff, and it ain't just Will. Diddy is now at the center of it. You cannot deny that Diddy made inappropriate moves toward a young Justin Bieber. These accusations have led many to question how mentorship might be getting exploited to prey on young, impressionable talent. Jaden seems to have been affected by all of this. Will has hinted at regrets over some parenting choices though he's never said anything specific about Jaden's wild upbringing. Rumor has it that Jaden was thrown into a chaotic world at a young age, attending adult-themed parties hosted by major music moguls, including those infamous freak-off events. It's left people wondering what kind of experiences Jaden had growing up in that scene and how it's shaped him today. Despite Will and Jada being swingers, Jaden and Willow have never spoken out about it. A lot of folks on social media have pointed out how troubled Jaden and Willow have seemed over the years, and it's clear that Jada's unconventional parenting has put a strain on their family. One of the big moments that stands out is when Jaden, feeling overwhelmed by his mom's parenting style, asked for emancipation at just 15. Will has since talked about how tough that conversation was, knowing that some of their choices as parents may have pushed Jaden too far. Jaden has also opened up about Diddy's unsettling influence during this time, which brings even more weight to the accusations surrounding Diddy's past. And if you think this Diddy stuff is new, well, you got another thing coming. Rumors about his relationships with young Hollywood figures have been swirling for over a decade. Back in 2013, federal authorities got wind of Diddy's potential misconduct during an investigation into former music manager James Roseman, who hinted that Diddy had a history of questionable behavior with minors. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but let's talk about Diddy. Diddy spent years building a public image around high-profile relationships and success. However, he managed to screw it all up. That same music mogul and business magnate who we all thought couldn't miss is now in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. If these allegations of illegal activities hold any weight, it's time for him to face some serious consequences. The fact that these types of relationships are so common in Hollywood is disturbing, especially when power dynamics and manipulation are at play. What's even more troubling is how little action seems to be taken when someone as influential as Diddy is involved. How did the Smith family get tangled up in all of this? It started with Diddy's connection to Will, Jada, and Diddy's infamous parties. When Diddy gets close to someone, he promises the world, acting like a mentor, just like he did with Justin Bieber. And as Jada pushed Jaden to seize every opportunity, it seemed he got drawn into Diddy's circle. While Jaden stays quiet, it's becoming clear that behind the glitz and glamour, there's a far darker side to celebrity life. There are even whispers that Will Smith would occasionally bump into his son at Diddy's notorious freak-off parties. There are even rumors that Jaden ended up on some of these parties, raising serious concerns about the environment he was exposed to. After Jaden got involved with Diddy, sources say Will began distancing himself, growing closer to Dwayne Martin in the process. But here's where things get even more twisted. There are allegations that Diddy put Jaden on human growth hormone, supposedly to enhance his physical appearance and make him more appealing to certain industry insiders. The rabbit hole goes deep, and Jaden may have been used as a pawn in Hollywood's twisted games. But what about Will's connection to Diddy? Many wonder if Will's association with someone like Diddy is casting a darker shadow over his own life and the people around him. Will Smith has always been a headline magnet, whether it's for his successful career or his rollercoaster personal life. But lately, the rumor mill has been going nuts, especially after his relationship with Dwayne Martin raised eyebrows. Allegedly, it went down with Will bent over on the couch and Dwayne standing behind him. People are calling it murder on that couch.
3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too, so I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. And I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Things got even more heated in November 2023 when a former friend and assistant of Will dropped some explosive claims during an interview. According to Bilal, he walked in on Will and Dwayne engaging in intimate activities in Martin's dressing room, adding fuel to the fire. As the drama surrounding Will Smith keeps unraveling, it's clear that this Hollywood saga goes way beyond his relationships. Some even speculate that Will's close bond with Dwayne Martin played a major role in Martin's divorce from actress actress Tisha Campbell, making this controversy even messier. That's not the end of it, though. It's alleged that Will coerced some male dancers into stepping way outside their professional boundaries. Tisha Campbell dropped the bombshell that these dancers were often put into extremely uncomfortable scenarios. But Alexis Arquette spilled the real tea back in 2016. Arquette claimed that Will's ex-wife divorced him after catching him in bed with another man. Will's bromance with Diddy has always been under a cloud of speculation, and it doesn't help that Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene has been spilling all the industry secrets. Gene said he caught Diddy with another man after being told to guard a door, and yeah, he saw it all go down. Gene's insights into the darker side of the industry echo the stories of those who've been caught in its web. Then there's the infamous 2022 Oscars, where Will Smith shocked the world by slapping Chris Rock on stage. And guess who was there to calm the situation? None other than Diddy himself, all charm and swagger. "We'll solve this like family at the Gold Party," Diddy said, trying to brush it off, adding, "But for now, we're moving on with love." But behind the scenes, rumors are swirling that his relationship with Will might go way beyond a typical friendship, with speculation mounting about the wild things they might be involved in. This web of drama reminds us of the scandal surrounding Brycia Gray from Empire. Once a rising star, Brycia suddenly vanished from Hollywood, leaving everyone wondering why. Reports suggest that his disappearance wasn't by choice. Will Smith and Diddy allegedly had a hand in blackballing him. But how did Brycia get caught up in this mess? Well, it all started when he met talent manager Charlie Mack during his teenage years. Charlie, with his deep industry connections, secured Brycia an audition for Empire, which turned out to be his big break. But things took a sharp turn when his mentorship with Will Smith took off. At first, it looked like a dream, being guided by Will. But if you dig deeper, it's clear that there's more to this story than meets the eye. Charlie Mack might have been the gatekeeper to success, but getting too close to certain people in Hollywood can have serious consequences, as Brycia's abrupt exit from the spotlight shows. And it's hard not to wonder if Will and Diddy's shadowy influence played a major part in that. What do you think? Are these two in the cahoots? Let us know all about it in the comments section.